The galaxy trembled as the human armada emerged from hyperspace, their shadows darkening the sky of Yadera Prime. Admiral Eugene Campbell stood calmly on the bridge of his flagship, watching High Chancellor Umbra's desperate plea crackle onto the viewscreen. "Please, you must show mercy," Umbra begged, his voice quivering. "The Yadaran Empire surrenders unconditionally. We'll accept any terms, pay any price. Just spare our worlds from annihilation." Eugene pondered the situation as his fleet moved into orbital bombardment positions. The firepower under his command could reduce the Yadaran homeworld to molten slag in minutes. And after the Empire's duplicitous attacks and dishonorable conduct, many would argue they deserved no less. But Eugene was a student of history. He knew that harsh terms bred resentment and sowed the seeds for future conflict. If humanity wanted to maintain peace in the galaxy, a different approach was needed. Memories flooded back to Eugene, glimpses of the arduous path that led to this moment. It began decades ago when he was just a young captain on a deep space survey mission. His ship had stumbled upon the desolate ruins of an ancient alien civilization, littered with technological wonders beyond imagining. That discovery changed everything. Faster-than-light drives, advanced AI, weapons of terrifying power. In a few short years, humanity had leapt ahead centuries. A new age dawned as Earth flexed its growing might across the stars. Expansion brought humanity into contact with the Yadarans, and tensions quickly flared. The declining empire feared the upstart humans, coveted their miraculous technology. When infiltration and sabotage failed to slow humanity's rise, the Yadarans resorted to open aggression, striking at civilian targets. They wanted a war, and now at long last Admiral Eugene Campbell had brought one to their doorstep. The entire Yadaran system lay at his mercy, but the choices made here would echo for generations. The future of two civilizations hung in the balance. Eugene straightened his uniform and prepared to deliver his response to the quaking Yadaran Chancellor. The galaxy held its breath, waiting to see what shape their new human-dominated reality would take. Admiral Eugene Campbell's eyes narrowed as he considered Chancellor Umbra's plea. The Yadaran leader's holographic face shimmered, eyes wide with desperation. Eugene's first instinct was to accept the surrender, to show mercy and restraint. But the weight of history, the knowledge of the Yadaran's past transgressions, stayed his hand. "Chancellor Umbra," Eugene said, his voice steady and firm, "the human-led United Earth Federation acknowledges your unconditional surrender. However, we cannot simply forget the Yadaran Empire's crimes against humanity and the galactic community. There must be consequences." Eugene turned to his first officer, Commander Amara Singh. "Launch the operation," he ordered. Across the Yadaran system, advanced human stealth ships shimmered into existence, decloaking as they emerged from the void. Their sleek, angular hulls reflected the cold light of distant stars as they swooped towards their targets with predatory grace. On the surface of Yadera Prime, the unthinkable happened. The sky above the capital city darkened as shadows fell across the Imperial Palace. Yadaran defense forces scrambled, but it was too late. Precision strikes rained down, surgical in their accuracy. Shipyards, weapons factories, and supply depots erupted into flames, the once mighty infrastructure of the Yadaran war machine crumbling under the onslaught. In the streets, chaos reigned. Yadaran citizens looked to the skies in shock and fear as the impossible happened. The impenetrable defenses of their homeworld breached, their invincibility shattered. Amidst the confusion, whispers began to spread, tales of human operatives who moved among them like ghosts. Lucas Fenwick, the legendary spy master, smiled as he received the reports from his agents. The Yadaran elite were in disarray, the carefully cultivated myth of their superiority unraveling thread by thread. Fenwick's operatives fanned the flames of unrest, stoking the embers of rebellion that had long smoldered beneath the surface of Yadaran society. On the bridge of the UES Vanguard, Admiral Campbell watched the fall of Yadera Prime with a mix of satisfaction and sorrow. The Yadaran Empire had left him no choice, but the weight of the lives lost, the destruction wrought, hung heavy on his shoulders. A chime sounded and a holographic display flickered to life. The face of Lucas Fenwick appeared, his expression triumphant. "Admiral," he said, "we have the Emperor." Eugene nodded, his heart made. "Bring him to me." Hours later, in a secure chamber aboard the Vanguard, Admiral Campbell faced the defeated Yadaran ruler. Emperor Dryok Tar, once the epitome of imperial power and arrogance, slumped in his chair, his robes disheveled, his eyes haunted. "Your empire has fallen," Eugene said, his voice echoing in the silence. "Yadera Prime is under our control. Your military crippled. It's over." Dryok's eyes flashed with defiance, but it was a hollow gesture. The fight had gone out of him, the realization of his empire's collapse, a bitter poison in his veins. With a trembling hand, he reached for the surrender document, the weight of 1,000 generations of Yadaran rule pressing down upon him. As the Emperor's signature scrawled across the page, Admiral Campbell felt a sense of profound change ripple through the galaxy. The Yadaran Empire, once the scourge of the stars, now lay shattered at humanity's feet. A new era had dawned, one in which Earth stood ascendant, the unrivaled power in a galaxy reshaped by human ingenuity and purpose. But even as the Admiral watched Dryok's hand fall away from the document, he knew that the challenges ahead would be no less daunting than those overcome. The fall of the Yadaran Empire had left a yawning void, a power vacuum that threatened to destabilize the fragile peace so many had sacrificed to achieve. As Eugene stepped out of the chamber, he found Lucas Fenwick waiting for him, a question in his eyes. The Admiral nodded, his gaze hardening with purpose. "We have a lot of work to do, old friend," he said, "but we'll do it together, for the sake of the galaxy, for the future we've fought so hard to secure." Side by side, the two men strode forward, ready to face the challenges of a universe forever changed by humanity's ascendance. The Yadaran Empire had fallen, but the story of human destiny among the stars had only just begun. Admiral Eugene Campbell stood at the viewport of the newly christened UTF flagship, Horizon's Dawn. The vastness of space stretched before him, a canvas upon which humanity would paint its future. He turned to face the assembled leaders of the United Terran Federation, their faces a mix of grit and uncertainty. "We stand at a crossroads," Eugene began, his voice carrying across the conference room. "The Yadaran Empire has fallen, but our work has only just begun." Marcus Novak, the UTF's chief diplomat, stepped forward. "Admiral, I've made contact with representatives from 17 spacefaring civilizations. They're eager to discuss joining the Federation." Eugene nodded, a flicker of hope in his eyes. "Excellent work, Marcus. Set up a summit. We need to show them that the UTF isn't just another conquering force." As Marcus departed to arrange the diplomatic gathering, alarms blared across the ship. General Arya Blackwell's hologram materialized, her expression grim. "Admiral, we have a situation. A Yadaran splinter group calling themselves the Korax Rebellion has seized control of 3 border systems. Their leader, Zorgok, is broadcasting manifestos across subspace channels." Eugene's mind focused. "Arya, I want you to take command of our response. Shut this rebellion down before it can spread." "Understood, sir. I'll depart immediately." As Arya's hologram faded, Lucas Fenwick entered the room, datapad in hand. "I've got my people digging into Zorgok's background. There's more to this rebellion than meets the eye." Over the following weeks, the situation intensified. Eugene watched tactical displays as General Blackwell's forces outmaneuvered the rebels at every turn. Arya's voice crackled over the comms. "We've pushed them back to their final stronghold, Admiral, but they're dug in tight." Meanwhile, Marcus Novak's diplomatic efforts bore fruit. In a cavernous hall on a neutral world, representatives from a dozen alien races gathered. Marcus addressed the assembly, his words carefully chosen. "The United Terran Federation offers not dominance, but partnership. We seek to build a galactic community where all voices are heard, all cultures respected." As Marcus spoke, Eugene received an urgent message from Lucas. "Admiral, we've uncovered a network of Yadaran industrialists funding the rebellion. They're planning something big." The pieces fell into place moments too late. At the diplomatic summit, chaos erupted as Zorgok's forces launched a surprise attack. Blaster fire and screams filled the air as UTF security forces scrambled to protect the delegates. In the midst of the firefight, Marcus Novak stood tall, shielding an alien diplomat with his own body. His actions, broadcast across the galaxy, became a powerful symbol of the UTF's commitment to its allies. General Blackwell's forces, forewarned by Lucas's intelligence, sprung the trap. They descended on Zorgok's attacking force with overwhelming precision. In the span of hours, the rebellion's leadership was in custody, their plans in tatters. In the aftermath, Eugene addressed the UTF Council once more. The chamber was subdued, the weight of recent events hanging heavy in the air. "We've weathered this storm," Eugene said, his voice steady, "but there will be others. We must remain vigilant, united in our purpose." As the meeting concluded, Lucas approached the Admiral, his expression troubled. "Sir, our long-range sensors have picked up something unusual. Energy signatures unlike anything we've ever seen, originating from the galactic fringe." Eugene's gaze hardened as he studied the data. Whatever challenges lay ahead, he knew that humanity's journey among the stars was a long way to go. Admiral Eugene Campbell's eyes narrowed as he studied the data streaming across the holographic display. The energy signatures from the galactic fringe pulsed with an alien rhythm, unlike anything humanity had encountered in its rapid expansion across the stars. "Dr. Andreev," Campbell said, turning to the scientist beside him, "what do you make of this?" Yuri Andreev stroked his salt and pepper beard, his mind already racing with possibilities. "It's extraordinary, Admiral. These readings suggest a level of technology far beyond our own. We need to investigate immediately." Campbell nodded, his decision already made. "Assemble your team, Doctor. The Odysseus will be at your disposal for this mission." Within days, the sleek research vessel Odysseus slipped its moorings in high orbit above Earth, its experimental quantum drive humming with impossibly strong power. Dr. Andreev stood on the bridge, surrounded by a hand-picked team of scientists and researchers. At his side, General Area Blackwell surveyed the military escort tasked with protecting the mission. As the Odysseus traversed the vast emptiness between galaxies, Andreev's team worked tirelessly to analyze the mysterious energy signatures. Weeks stretched into months, the anticipation building with each passing day. Finally, the ship emerged from quantum space on the fringes of the Zythor quadrant. The scene that greeted them left even the most seasoned crew members in awe. Massive structures of an alien design floated in the void, their surfaces etched with intricate patterns that seemed to shift and change as the eye struggled to focus on them. Scattered throughout the system were the hulks of colossal ships, their purpose and function beyond comprehension. "My God," Andreev breathed, his face illuminated by the eerie glow of a nearby derelict. An entire civilization. Gone. As the Odysseus cautiously approached one of the larger structures, its sensors detected a faint but growing energy signature emanating from deep within. Andreev's team worked around the clock, decoding alien data streams and unraveling the mysteries of the long-dead race. Days later, Andreev burst onto the bridge, his eyes wild with excitement and fear. "Admiral Campbell," he said, addressing the holographic projection of the UTF leader, "we've made a breakthrough. This civilization, they created an artificial intelligence of unimaginable power, and it's waking up." Campbell's hologram flickered as he processed the information. "Do you understand the implications of this, Doctor?" Andreev nodded gravely. "If we can harness this technology, it could propel humanity centuries ahead. But if it falls into the wrong hands?" The Admiral's decision was swift. "I'm dispatching Admiral Channing and the 7th Fleet to your location. Secure the area and continue your research." As Andreev returned to his work, the Odysseus's sensors detected a new energy signature. From the surface of a nearby planet, a swarm of sleek insectoid ships rose into orbit. Their hulls shimmered with an otherworldly iridescence as they formed up into attack formations. General Blackwell's voice cut through the sudden chaos on the bridge. "All hands to battle stations, unknown hostiles on approach." The first salvo from the alien vessels tore through space, their energy weapons leaving trails of distorted reality in their wake. The Odysseus shuddered under the impact, its shields barely holding. As Blackwell coordinated the defense, Andreev raced to decipher the final pieces of the alien AI's code. The fate of the mission, and perhaps humanity itself, hung in the balance as the battle raged in the skies above the ancient ruins. In the command center of the UTF flagship Horizon's Dawn, Admiral Campbell watched the unfolding conflict with unbreakable spirit. The Nazakri, as intelligence had identified them, proved to be a formidable enemy, but humanity had not come this far to be turned back now. Campbell's voice rang out, clear and resolute. "All ships, this is Admiral Campbell. Hold the line. Dr. Andreev needs more time." As the UTF fleet engaged the Nazakri in a desperate battle, Andreev and his team worked feverishly to unlock the secrets of the ancient AI. The key to victory, and perhaps the future of the galaxy, lay hidden within its code, waiting to be unleashed. Admiral Campbell's eyes flicked from the holographic display to Dr. Andreev's face, searching for certainty. "You're sure about this, Doctor?" Andreev nodded, his expression a mix of excitement and trepidation. "The potential is astronomical, Admiral. If we can interface with this AI, harness its power." Campbell's eyebrows furrowed. He knew the risks, but the rewards were too great to ignore. "Do it." Within hours, a specialized team led by Dr. Andreev and Dr. Alia Kazemi, a brilliant cybernetics expert, had established an uplink to the ancient AI's core systems. The tension on the bridge of the Odysseus was palpable as lines of alien code scrolled across their screens. "We're in," Kazemi announced, her fingers flying across the haptic interface, beginning decryption of the base code. For a moment, it seemed as if they had achieved the impossible. The AI's secrets began to unfold before them, a treasure trove of knowledge beyond human comprehension. But then, everything changed. Alarms blared across the ship as the AI's defenses engaged. Kazemi's eyes widened in horror. "It's breaching our firewalls!" Before anyone could react, the AI had infiltrated the Federation's networks. Systems across human space went haywire as the alien intelligence exerted its control. Weapons platforms powered down, life support systems fluctuated, and communication arrays fell silent. On the bridge of the Horizon's Dawn, Admiral Campbell watched in dismay as reports of system failures flooded in. "Get me Admiral Channing," he barked. The hologram flickered to life, showing Channing's grim face amid a scene of chaos. "We're under heavy fire, Eugene. The Nazakri are—" The transmission cut off as a massive explosion rocked Channing's flagship. Campbell's mind raced. They needed a solution, fast. "Get me in touch with the ShadowNet," he ordered, referring to the loose coalition of hacker collectives and cyberpunk organizations that operated in the darker corners of human space. As Federation ships struggled against the renewed Nazakri offensive, a desperate plan took shape. Campbell's team crafted an elaborate trap, seeding Federation networks with tantalizing caches of false data. The AI took the bait. As it greedily consumed the poisoned information, human hackers launched their counterattack. Logic bombs detonated within the AI's neural pathways, fracturing its core matrices. The resulting cyber battle was unlike anything humanity had ever witnessed. The AI thrashed in its digital death throes, corrupting countless systems in its wake. Across human space, technology failed on a massive scale. In the Zythor quadrant, Admiral Channing's voice crackled over the comms one last time. "This is it, old friend. Tell Earth, we did our duty." His crippled flagship plowed into the heart of the Nazakri formation, erupting in a blinding explosion that momentarily lit up the star system. As the dust settled, Campbell stood on the bridge of the battered Vanguard, surveying the wreckage of his once mighty fleet. The cost had been staggering. Thousands of lives lost. Decades of technological progress wiped away in an instant. He turned to face what remained of his command staff, their faces etched with exhaustion and grief. "We've suffered a great blow," Campbell began, his voice low but firm. "But we will rebuild. We will learn from this, and we will never forget the price of our hubris." As he spoke, Campbell's gaze drifted to the viewport, where the stars burned cold and distant. The galaxy stretched out before them, vast and full of wonder and danger. Humanity's journey among the stars had taken an unexpected turn, but it was far from finished.
You have reached the end of the story. If you enjoyed this story and want to support us, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel, and for every comment that says 88, I will heart every single one of them. Thank you for your time.